we go. You're awake. It's a Monday in Chicago in the springtime. It's beautiful outside. Thank you guys so much for giving us your Monday night. I'm Tim Hines. I will be your MC for the evening, for lack of a better term. Welcome to Pitch Training Camp opening day. Who's excited to see some awesome pitches tonight? Awesome. Well, we're really excited. We've been working hard with some amazing students for the past 7 weeks on helping them perfect their pitches, and this is the culmination event for that camp. A little bit of background on Pitch Training Camp. It is a brainchild, for lack of a better term, between the fine ladies of Miss Tech, which are Lisa Russell, Nicole Yuri, and myself, along with Amelia Chen. I'll introduce everybody again in a minute, but Pitch Training Camp, we formulated this back in March is when we first kind of came up with the idea, late February, early March, and we said, hey, we want to put together a camp that's going to help entrepreneurs master their pitching skills because it's something that really is lacking in Chicago. And so our mission is to help entrepreneurs improve their professional development, improve their pitching ability, so that way nobody is ever left behind because they can't get up in front of a group of people and clearly explain what their business is about. So that's what we believe in. We believe in the empowerment of entrepreneurs through perfecting their professional speaking and pitching skills. So we've developed this 6-week training course, kicked off April 7th, and now is coming to an end. And we're sad to see all of our babies fly the coop. But we're excited to see them move on. And to kind of start things off with opening day, I just wanted to tell you guys a little bit about, again, what we believe in and our 3 Ps, which our students have become very, very familiar with. And the 3 Ps of Pitch Training Camp are passion, persistence, and practice, because we believe that passion is one of the most important things that you have to have when you're delivering a pitch. Because if you don't believe in what you're saying and you're not delivering passion to whoever your audience is, whether that's somebody you're trying to make a sale to, customer, whether it's an investor, or whether you're just trying to have somebody join your team, if you don't have the passion, then people aren't going to believe in you, and they're not going to follow you, and they're not going to buy into whatever you're doing. So we strongly believe in passion. We also believe strongly in persistence, because pitching and public speaking is really, really hard. And some of these people that came into the class, to this course, came in ground level, just going, hey, I haven't done any pitching in a long time, or I've only spoken in front of a group of people for, I don't know, when I was in high school. That was like the last time I've done it. And I want to learn these skills. It takes persistence to be able to do that. We tell people that you have to believe in yourself and you have to be persistent to get through this class. And we're so excited that our students did that. So this is going to be awesome. Practice is also one of our Ps. Well, why? Because you don't really master your pitching skills unless you practice a ton of times. How many times do we ask you guys to practice every week?
10 times.
10 times minimum. See, they all knew it too. That was awesome. We asked them to pitch a minimum of 10 times over and over to get these pitches down, especially toward the end. We asked them to do it way more than 10 times, but a minimum of 10 times per week is what we asked them to do from the very beginning of the class. Even when their pitch was not fully created or culminated yet, we said, we want you to keep practicing. We want you to get in front of a mirror. We asked them to stand up and record themselves on video. They had to submit these videos to us each week in their assignments, and we would give them critiques based on their scripts and their videos. It was pretty intense. But practice is another one of our firm foundations. So passion, persistence, and practice, the 3 Ps of Pitch Training Camp. Don't you guys forget it. So again, the team. Lisa Russell, right here in front. Wave, Lisa. Yay. Good job, Lisa. Everybody give a round of applause. From Miss Tech. Amelia Chen, right there. Our grand administrator. Got everything together, and I hope you guys got all liquored up. That was all thanks to her. Nicole Yuri from Miss Tech as well. And the best for last, me. All right. So we put all of our Twitter handles at the bottom. We would love for you to follow us personally, but we'd also love for you guys to be tweeting and following Pitch Training Camp as well. At the bottom of the screen here on every slide, we have @PitchTC. That is our Twitter handle for Pitch Training Camp. And we're using the hashtag opening day. You can also use hashtag PitchTC as well, but opening day is today. So if you guys wouldn't mind tweeting that to all your friends and followers to help get us the word out, because we're going to be doing this again and we want to continue to fill this room. So a little bit about what we've done so far is we had 17 students enroll for our inaugural class. Pretty awesome. We had 27 coaches volunteer their time throughout the 6 weeks of the course, including some that are here tonight. So we thank you for that. We had 6 total sessions, not counting today. Today would actually be our 7th, but 6 sessions of education that accumulated to 21 hours of total session time. That's not counting the amount of time they put in for their homework as well. So you probably want to triple that, because I know that these guys are really, really dedicated. Persistence. We did it at 3 different locations. So Grind was our main training location, but we also used the Inspire Business Center in the West Loop for our all-day Saturday camp. And then now we're here today at the Microsoft Technology Center. So logistics is always fun going, no guys, Saturday morning, we're at a different place. I know you guys went out and had a good time last night, but we want to make sure you get there bright and early at 9 a.m. So logistics is always fun. Attendees, well, we got 100 of you here tonight, so that's awesome. Give yourselves a round of applause for being here. And we had one mission, and again, that mission was to get our students prepared for tonight and then for their pitching experiences beyond. For those of you that are familiar with baseball, obviously we've done a very fine job of incorporating all kinds of baseball terms into pitch training camp, and it worked out really nice too, because we started pitch training camp right around the time baseball season started, so it was kind of fun. But for those of you that are familiar with baseball, you kind of get some of the nuances of what we're doing here, and we actually call our students pitchers, and they're getting up to pitch, and we just try to have some fun with the brand with that. So you'll notice that as we continue on through our branding and through all of the tweeting and social media that we do. So we really appreciate you guys being here. So I want to take some time real quick and just thank some of the people that have volunteered their time. We had 3 amazing speakers come in. Each one of these people came in and taught entire course, or entire lesson, I should say, during the course. We had Magda Maslowska from Hot Slides come in to teach our students on how to create beautiful, lovely, clean-looking presentations. We had Lindsay Mullen come in from Mosher Mullen Strategies to talk about crafting great content or perfecting content, because I'm sure we all know in the business community that content makes up a majority of what your pitch actually is. And then we also had Mike Moyer of Lake Shark Ventures come in to really school the kids and whip them into shape when it came to delivery. So basically, if somebody falls down up here on stage, I'm blaming one of them, not me. Just kidding. Thank you so much. Let's give them a round of applause. We also want to thank all of our coaches, and I'm not going to read all of them. If you guys want to learn more about them, you can go to our website at pitchtrainingcamp.com. On our About page, we have a photo of every single one of them, and also some more information about there, so you can check them out. But awesome, thank you guys so much for being our coaches and coming in and volunteering your time. Let's give them a round of applause also. A few of them are here tonight. And we also have to thank our sponsors and community partners. As I mentioned, Grind and the Inspire Business Club were so gracious in letting us use their space, as well as the Microsoft Technology Center, where we're at tonight. Beautiful center. I was really happy that my Windows 8 laptop just plugged right in and just worked. That was just nice to have that work.
This never happens elsewhere, right?
Yeah. Well, no, I'm not going to say that. I want to thank, of course, Miss Tech for partnering with us to making this happen. Tech Week has been so gracious to sponsor the bar, as well as a prize for our winning pitcher. Starter School did an amazing job creating this awesome program called Lantern that we use to actually facilitate the assignments and discussions between our students. Phenomenal product. I recommend checking it out. So thank you, Starter School and Starter League. Startup Leadership Program did a great job of helping promote us and getting. Also, we have a few students that are from there that joined Pitch Training Camp. Tech Lee for helping promote it. Gardner Saya for helping provide legal advice and also coming in and talk to our students a little bit about how to prepare legally. Primetime Post for doing all of our tweeting and social media, so thank you for that. And also Meet Advisors. They did a great job of covering, giving us some great news coverage, including video, and also writing some blog posts for us to help promote opening day. So thank you to all of our sponsors. Give them a round of applause. Community partners. So, who's ready to get this thing started? Yeah. Who's sick of hearing me talk? Because I'm not. Just kidding. I need you guys to all do me a favor. You guys seem like an amazingly fun, super good-looking crowd. So, when these guys come up, they're polished, but they may be nervous. They are ready, but you never know what's going to happen. So I want you guys to be positive, to be energetic, to applaud for them like crazy when they're on their way up and when they're on their way down from the stage. And if they do so happen to stumble, whether in their words or fall, let's just start doing a slow clap for them until they get back up, okay? So who's ready to start this thing? We good? Let's get that round of applause going for our first presenter.
Okay. If you have a chance to go back in time to when you were 15, what would you say? I would say, you are brave, you are bold, and you are meant to do incredible things. I'm Dr. Neetha Bhushan, founder of Independent Awakening, and we educate, empower, and enlighten young girls to step into their greatness and own their truth by loving themselves first. There's a huge problem facing young girls today around low self-confidence. Take, for instance, your typical 15-year-old teen, Jenna. She is constantly struggling to fit in, and she struggles with her identity. She's constantly pressured on what she should feel like, look like, and act like. Sound familiar? I bet each and every one of you in this room has experienced some form of this or knows someone who has. Well, Jenna is not alone. Turns out that 14 to 24 age group with young girls experience the highest rate of domestic violence when suffering in silence from poor self-confidence. 3 out of 4 of these young girls will also engage in self-destructive behaviors. Now, if Jenna were to continue on this path, she will likely develop negative thinking patterns, engage in unhealthy relationships, and self-destructive behaviors. And as an adult, she will never become the woman she is capable of being. But what if we were to change that conversation? What if we were to give Jenna the tools early on to recognize her own brand of authenticity? What you don't know is, Jenna was me. And before I was 20, I lost 3 members of my immediate family to medical diseases that were out of my control. As a result, I held on to a pattern of abusive relationships until it one day became dangerously unsafe. I had no choice but to have an independent awakening. And I did this through personal development, professional development, wellness, and building a community. This is exactly what our team is currently doing at Independent Awakening. We have worked relentlessly to provide workshops around confidence building for young girls. Our lectures at Chicago area schools and universities have brought tools for pinpointing negative patterns in abusive relationships and what healthy dating is supposed to look like. Our online platform and community, as well as our YouTube channel, has brought together thousands of positive messaging as a constant reminder of their self-worth, as well as our YouTube content making it accessible across the globe. Our I Love My Selfie, our most recent national movement, united over 10 schools in an effort to bring awareness around why self-love is important. In just 1 year, we have empowered over 5,000 young girls. At this rate, we foresee an exponential growth pattern. It is our mission to empower 100,000 young girls in the next 2 years. It's time for a change in this conversation. Look at these extraordinary women who have already been an inspiration in their fields simply because they have owned their truth. But we need your help. You can make a difference and be part of this massive movement. We are looking to raise funds to build our programming and our development. Because when young girls like Therese go through one of our workshops and realize her own self-worth, her potential is limitless. Thank you.
Harder. I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. Don't be shy. Go ahead. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. Remember the last time you ate at your favorite restaurant. Think or picture the flavor of the food, the smell when the waiter brought your plate, an emotion when you took that first sip of that good wine, or remember the people you were with. Now open your eyes. You probably love that place and want to go back. You want to share that place, that moment that you have. Maybe it was a trip in Paris, your honeymoon, even dinner last night. Just by show of hands, how many here would like to repeat that experience? Thank you. I thought so. That's interesting because we all do. The problem is it's very difficult to recreate that restaurant experience at home. It's hard to do, and for that we have to go out. What if I told you tonight that you can get that same restaurant experience right in the comfort of your own home? Now it's possible. I'm glad to introduce you Service Culinaire. We bring the private chef experience to your home where and when you want it. I'm Chef Junior. For me, cooking is an act of love. I love to cook, I love to share, and I love to give. When I cook for you, I want to bring a smile, an emotion, or a souvenir in your life. Here's what we can do for you. 5 to 10 course tasting menu with pairing wines. We can do a culinary workshop for your significant other, a cocktail party for your bridal showers, culinary demonstration for your guests. You want to invite your motorcycle club in town and do an outside barbecue? We can do it. Where and when you want it. We understand that entertaining at home can be hard and complicated. You have to invite your guests, make the menu, go to the grocery in the traffic after work, prep the food, and receive people. And at the end of the night, you're tired, exhausted, and left with that. You want to receive your best friends over? We're going to help you with that. Let me show you how easy and simple it can be. You choose a date, the type of food you would like, the number of guests you want to invite and receive at home. We customize the menu and pair the wine. We come over to meet you in person and finalize the menu, talk about your evening, fix the last detail. The only thing you have to do is to invite your guests and enjoy. And best of all, we will never leave you with the dirty dishes. The big question is why you should hire us. We are not the only catering in town. First, I have a really cool accent. But seriously, I specialize in French cuisine. We train with the best chef in the world. We have different types of restaurant experience. Small catering to big catering, gourmet restaurant to the steakhouse. So we are able to customize the perfect menu for your event. We have been in the industry for 9 years, and we currently run a successful business in Canada, and we decide to bring the concept to Chicago. We always keep ourselves up to date with new trends, new techniques, or new products. For example, in 2014, what are the 4 food trends on the market? It's using the old chicken, the old grains that are very nutritional, the chocolate, always a must, and the cauliflower. So what kind of party are you planning this summer? You're not exactly sure what you want. You're looking for a cooking class. We are here for you. I invite you to go to our website, servicesculinaris.ca, and fill out our request form so we can plan your next event. Also, find us on YouTube and watch our promotional video. You're gonna love it. And if you're a party vendor, photographer, videographer, or event planner, feel free to contact us to discuss a third-party affiliation. Thank you very much for your time.
drive. She just doesn't have a car. She's a single mom, goes to college, but she doesn't have a car, so she hitches a ride with her friend who's a welder, who takes her to college about 2 hours before class starts, so she does her homework at the burger joint across from campus, and then he picks her up, takes her home, and she starts all over the next day. She eventually graduates, and she starts working in a newspaper. And on those days when her car doesn't start, the newspaper sends out a delivery van which takes her kids to school and brings her into work. Well, of course, this woman is me, and that's my daughter, Elizabeth. My name is Molly Cantrell Craig, and I am the founder of Women With Drive Foundation. And because I had that car, I had the ability to keep my job and provide a secure future for my children. So after I started working at the newspaper, I started putting away enough money that I could start giving back. So I volunteered for Habitat for Humanity to be on their board, and I realized that we as a nation spend millions of dollars, literally millions with an M, probably billions if we look close enough, trying to get women employed. We give them job training, we give them continuing education, financial literacy, providing suiting, which is called Dress for Success. But we're failing. We're fumbling on the 1 yard line over and over and over again because we're missing a crucial element between the job and the woman. And that element is, anyone? Anyone?
Car.
She doesn't have.
Clicker.
Well, you guys already figured out. She doesn't have a car. She doesn't have a car to get her from her job, from her home to her job. And so when she can't keep her job, she falls back into the system, and we as a society all pay. So it just doesn't make any sense. So, in fact, statistically speaking, the number one reason welfare to work programs fail is lack of reliable transportation. And we, as a society, again, have spent millions of dollars preparing a woman for a job she can't keep, which is bananas. It's just crazy. So what I did is I created an organization called Women With Drive that solves a problem that I encountered as a woman myself, trying to raise a child and get myself to a point where I could keep a job. So what we do is we serve as a bridge between the employers who are looking for a reliable workforce, who want to make sure that they've got someone who's going to show up for every day, and we also connect those women who want to work. These women don't want to live on welfare. They don't want to settle for life on welfare. They're willing to invest in themselves. So where do we find these women? Well, the secret is to work the process in reverse. We go to those capacity building organizations that I mentioned earlier, the ones that provide the job training and the financial literacy, and we say, we want you guys to identify and vet people for us. And then we're going to give them a car. We're going to give them what's missing, and we're going to follow them for 2 years until they can figure out how to make sure that they've got autonomy. And these community partners also help us identify employers. Like, for example, in town, we have recently started talking with the Jane Addams Resource Corporation, which is a wonderful opportunity for us to close that gap, because they also put us in contact with employers. And then there's also the business aspect, where we identify authorized service providers who do the oil changes and the tires, so that we're funneling money into the community to make sure that those independent shops are helping women understand why the car is important and why it's a tool. So we talked about this end of the spectrum, but it is a partnership. We are expecting those women to come across and do what they need to do to invest in themselves. So what's expected? Well, first of all, she has to be working with a caseworker for 2 years. She has to check in every month to find out what's going well and what's going wrong, because process is a very, very important part of teaching someone self-sufficiency. If they're living in a home where they don't understand how to solve a problem, how can you expect someone to learn what they've never been taught? It's bananas. So again, she works with that caseworker for 2 years. 2, she's got to be drug-free, ixnay on emprise. She has to pay for the tax, title, licensing, insurance, and fuel for her car. She's got to have some skin in the game. And then she also has to be either employed, have a firm job offer, or otherwise engaged in trying to get herself off welfare, which could be going to college or engaging in that training program. So, we're getting kind of some notice nationally. It's really exciting and a little bit exhilarating and kind of scary. We moved to Chicago last year because we were featured as one of the 32 global influencers in the social space by the Huffington Post. And we started getting people from coast to coast asking us for cars and for chapters. And in Iowa, we just didn't have the density of resources in order to make that happen. So we moved to Chicago, where we were featured in CNN in March of this year. In the Shriver Report a couple weeks ago, we appeared on Robin Morgan's program in Washington, D.C. last Saturday. And locally, we were part of the conversation in the Citywide on the Table that was conversation sponsored by the Chicago Community Trust. So who cares? What does this say? This says that there's a lot of people who want a solution, and they're willing to put some time into figuring out how to do it, which is why we're here. And that's why you're here, maybe. So what do we need to succeed? Cars, cash, and collaboration. Cars, cash, and collaboration. So what do? Darn it, to purgatory. The cars we get from individuals, churches, dealerships, car dealerships, and even if the car doesn't work, we scrap it and put the money into the pile to help invest in women's autonomy. The cash that we use goes directly into programs to keep women moving forward in those oil changes and those tires that we pay for. And the collaboration we can use, whether or not you're going to be someone who can serve as an advisory member or board member, perhaps you can be someone who helps us identify a business that's looking for someone to hire, or you can also be one of those community partners who helps identify women that are ready to take ownership of their own choices and their own lives. So those are the three things that it basically boils down to. Yeah. So if you can provide any one of those things, give me a call. Let me know. Find us on the web. Email us. We're on Facebook, Twitter. I have business cards. I'm really interested in building a solution because I know it's possible. I know Chicago has the ability to make it happen. And I invite you to be part of the solution and help us build something great together. I appreciate your consideration. Thank you.
All right. Most of you are probably gamers, whether you self-identify as a gamer or not. With gamification, with all of our technology today, we are affected by games. So all of us, pretty much, are gamers. I'm Keisha Howard, and I'm founder of Sugar Gamers, which is a community of diverse women of all different nationalities, all different occupations, who engage in technological or gaming entertainment. So, as you probably already know, the tech industry and game developers have a lack of women working in their companies, especially making decisions. Because now, at the base of things, women aren't really interested in going to school for tech or gaming careers, which eventually creates an issue where products and games are being developed without women's interest. However, women are over 53% of a very quickly growing demographic of consumers who play games. So, and not only that, they're educated adult women who have expendable income. So, Sugar Gamers has created a community, and after several years, we have over 2,000 women who give us lots of information on what they want in a game or a tech experience. And it's slightly different from what men want. We want social interaction. We want a feeling of community. We're not as competitive. We want to be collaborative. And Sugar Gamers is a community that fosters that environment through our media, our website, and having events that are female-oriented, which is very important to what companies are looking for, because we can be the liaison between what companies lack to increase their sales, have effective marketing, and pretty much develop another stream of revenue. Because we have 2,000 members, we can do focus groups, we have market research, we can do product promotion, and we can do event coordination. So currently, after several years of doing Sugar Gamers and having a team that has worked with me for free, we are still expanding. People are very enthusiastic to join us because, again, we foster a community where it's warm. We support women in wanting to learn about tech, wanting to learn about games. So we're building our team still, and we're replicating this community in other states. And we're currently improving our site to better aggregate the data that we're getting from all of our members. So how can you help? We need a budget to hire our staff so we can depend on full-time help and an advisory board to better to better give us advice and better direction. So join us. Bring it on. Thanks. Hello, can you hear me? I'm extremely thankful and extremely excited to be here. I'm leaving in a few hours. I'm from Colombia. I'm Milana Mielkes, an entrepreneur, and I'm presenting Harvard. 7 years ago, I came to this country. I was alone. I was 18. And I moved out of my comfort zone, which is home, to play soccer and to continue with my college education. Throughout those years, and being alone and being away meant having to overcome a lot of barriers. Those were emotional barriers, psychological barriers, language barriers, just a lot. And I seem to find common ground with people, regardless of their background, regardless of their nationality, doing one of the most addictive and most entertaining activities in the entire world, which is gaming. Are there any gamers here? Yes. Thank you. Well, it turns out that the video games industry is worth $76 billion. That's a lot. There are over 1.2 billion gamers throughout the world. And according to the Entertainment Software Association, there are over 3 billion hours spent per week doing video games. 3 billion hours. Think about this. So while I'm here, in the land of the brave, in the land of the free, playing video games and having fun and connecting with people, and there's just so much fun and wealth, there's this voice inside of me that starts to grow, and that starts to tell me, there's another reality. You're from a third world country, you're from Colombia. You grew up experiencing poverty, you grew up experiencing scarcity. There's another side of the story. According to the UN, there are over 2 billion people in the world who live with less than $2 per day. 2 billion. There are over 18 million people who die of hunger or preventable diseases. And there are over 1 billion people who are completely illiterate, whom, like most of them, 70% of them, are women. What to do about this? So you have on this side games and fun and wealth. And on this other side, you have scarcity, you have poverty, you have silence. There's a quote by Martin Luther King that I love, and it says, "Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about the things that matter." What to do with this? How to live with this? On one side, 1.2 billion gamers, and on this other side, 2 billion people who are literally struggling every day to live. So having this in mind and thinking about this, our team started to take things seriously, and we came up with Harbits, which is a compassionate data gaming system that connects gamers and turns them into heroes. So let me explain you this. But for this, let's go back to 1998. It's the Bulls playing against the Utah Jazz. Anyone who likes basketball here? I don't know, you may remember this moment. It's 6 seconds before Michael Jordan throws the ball. What's going on here? Let's stop right there. So at this moment, when Michael Jordan is throwing the ball, in his brain, there's this like very specific set of neurons that are being activated by him doing the movement. The fans, by watching, are having the same neurons being activated, as if they were the ones doing that movement. Think about this. This is called mirror neurons. And in neuroscience, and it's proven by science, that we're designed as human beings. We were created to be empathetic. Keeping this in mind, we developed this system that connects 4 groups. On one side, you have video game developers. On the other side, gamers. On the other side, social impact organizations. And on the other side, advertisers. Video gamers develop they download our software, they install it into their games, gamers play, and they're going to be funds generated anyways, and with like very small messages, educational messages. They're going to be told and made aware of realities in other parts of the world. And at serendipitous moments, and like critically emotional moments, they're going to be asked, do you want to help? If they say yes, advertisers are going to come in, and they're going to reward that compassionate human behavior. What's going to happen? It's the system, it's a loop. There's going to be a higher engagement for gamers and video game developers because gamers are going to be more fulfilled. They're going to feel like gaming is actually, they're not just having fun, but they're actually doing something worth it. And then organizations will be able to impact more people and focus on what they do. And finally, advertisers will reach those users, those gamers, at critically emotional moments, serendipitously, more effectively. This is Harvard. We're looking for seed funding investment. We're on alpha, and we're developing our beta within the next 6 months. If you want to learn more about it, please go to harvard.co, or shoot me an email at info@harvard.co. Thank you so much.
Ladies, imagine if you're stuck in the snow wearing your favorite red heels that are now completely ruined. Or you're late to a business meeting because your suit and that new designer bag is soaking wet in the rain, simply because you were not ready to face the weather. This could set the tone for the rest of your day and affect the key people in your lives. Guys, imagine the lovely ladies in your lives complaining about how this ruined the rest of your day. Keeping track of the weather and being fashionable at the same time can be a chore when life is already so busy managing our families and work commitments. If you're not fully prepared to face the challenges of the weather, this could start your day off on the wrong foot and ruin your entire plans. Instead, we want you to start off every single day prepared and looking stylish like this. So, we have a solution for you. I am Sana Mazhar, and I'm here to present to you Tippity. Tippity is where fashion meets weather. It is an app that helps women dress and be ready for rain, snow, or sunshine. It will allow the everyday girl to get fashion ideas from fashion bloggers all over the world based on the current weather in her area. Each day, in Tippity's fashion forecast, we showcase a variety of fashionable and weather-appropriate looks to inspire you. Now, most people wake up in the morning and this is the first thing they check to determine if they need to wear a jacket, rain boots, or just a summer dress and flip-flops. Or they need to know whether to bring an umbrella or sunglasses. I have this battle every single day, and I'm sure I'm not the only one in this room with that problem. Wouldn't it be more beneficial if instead there was an app that would not only tell you if it'll rain, snow, or if we're lucky, be sunny, but at the same time display an array of fashion ideas that'll inspire you to put together quick, easy, fashionable outfits from your own closet, hassle-free? We understand that most women's getting ready routine can be very chaotic, and if we can help simplify that and make it fun, then we have done our job. So here's how it works. Based on the weather, users can view suggestions on various ensembles that they can like, share, hang, or comment. Hanging an outfit allows it to save it to your own virtual closet that you can later refer back to. And you can also identify which brand each piece of the outfit is from and click through to purchase it if you choose to do so. If you're traveling and can't remember what 80 degrees used to feel like, then you can just type in the zip code and get the same fashion forecast for the next 5 days. Our popular page, on the other hand, is a great way to highlight the everyday girl and the popular fashion bloggers. So if you're a fashionista and looking to help and inspire other women get dressed and want to be discovered, this is a great tool for you. We encourage social style sharing that serves as a style inspiration guide if you're getting dressed in a hurry and need quick go-to ideas. And the virtual closet allows you to be able to peek into your best friends or fashion bloggers' closet 24/7. Each year, over $250 billion is spent on fashion in the United States alone. generating over $20 billion in revenue. Amongst our core demographic of users for the 24 to 34 age range, mobile is key, with 43% saying that they've either bought fashion or plan to buy it via their phones. The best brands in fashion and the top publications in the industry have created mobile apps to put their content in the hands of this key and constantly growing demographic. With that said, we're tapping into a huge market and need all your help as users to succeed. So I'm here today to ask you to go on our website, tippityapp.com, so we can let you know when we're live. We're on track to launch this summer and need all the women in this room to join our community. And once again, men, if you're tired of waiting in the car while your gorgeous ladies change out of 20 different outfits before they find that perfect one, then please go home and ask them to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to get awesome fashion tips in anticipation of the app launch. And lastly, if you're a developer and want to help women get dressed, please come talk to us. Thank you.
Imagine for a second that you're in charge of your company's IT. 1 minute of data center downtime costs you thousands in lost revenue, bad reviews, customer complaint issues, and other expenses. How important is it for you to choose the right provider? How essential is it for you to do your research? According to Data Center Dynamics, a 2013 study of US data centers states that for a minute of data center downtime, it costs, on average, $7,900. That is a 41% increase from 2010. How much would it cost you if your website or apps were down for a couple minutes, a few hours, or even multiple days? Would your company's reputation suffer? My name is Erin, and I'm with Server Central. We are a co-location data center services and cloud provider. We are like Equinix, Rackspace, and Amazon AWS all rolled into one. While most of our competitors are colo only or cloud only, we offer the full continuum from end to end. But what really sets us apart is the high quality of services we offer our customers, as well as our passion for infrastructure and technology. Now, you might say that data center outages don't happen. Well, if you think that, you're wrong. An outage was the reality for multiple companies whose data center provider went down on May 16th. They were down for multiple hours just 3 days ago. How much would it cost your business if you had been down for a few hours on Friday? You may think that data center outages don't happen to the large and well-known providers. If you think that, then again, you are wrong. These are just a few of the headlines from the major players in industry in the past 5 years. These all make news. You simply need to Google or Bing data center outage and the provider of your choice, and you will be able to read about all these incidents. Some are more entertaining, a little bit funny, like the leap year bug that was an issue a couple years back. But some are more tragic, like all of the data center issues that happened with Superstorm Sandy. Oh, and by the way, Server Central has a sister data center in New Jersey that was able to run on generator power for days with no outages for customers. At Server Central, our customers do not experience infrastructure downtime. IT infrastructure is not only our business, it is our passion. We offer 100% uptime for power and network. And we can do this for 2 reasons. We have the best people, and we have the best technology. And since we are privately held, people and technology is where we make our investments. At Server Central, you have a staff of highly skilled technicians on site supporting your infrastructure 24/7/365. When you need something done or you have an issue, you call directly into a technician. You do not call into a call center. When you email a ticket, it goes directly to their mobile devices on the data center floor with a response time of 15 minutes. When you look at popular tech forums like Web Hosting Talk, you find that people are the #1 reason that our customers stay loyal. Our facility and our technology is second to none. All of our critical systems like power, network, and cooling have built-in redundancy and were built for commercial data center use. All the things you need for a state-of-the-art data center like 24/7 security and thermal storage, we take care of so you don't have to. Companies of all sizes use us so that they can focus on their applications while Server Central is behind the scenes with the best infrastructure. Here are just what a few of our customers have said. Because of our experience, our technology, and our passion, Server Central customers have the peace of mind that knowing that they will not experience frustrating and costly downtime. They know that their infrastructure is best in business. They don't need to worry that the local utility had a power outage. They don't need to get someone out of bed in the middle of the night to reboot a server. Server Central is behind them with the quality infrastructure and the 24/4 staff. But at Server Central, we want you to make an educated decision about who you co-locate or host with. It is not only important to search online and read reviews, but you should also see the facility and meet the staff where you are entrusting your business. So I invite you to come out to our facility for a consultation and a tour of our Elk Grove, Illinois data center. So please contact me right here. Visit our website so we can invite your IT team out to see the facility and meet the staff. We at Server Central look forward to supporting your business and keeping you up and successful.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Faraj Kasib, and I'm the founder of Sciencebox. Death and diseases touches everyone. There is not a person in this room that has not felt the effect of losing a loved one, whether directly or through family, friends, or a colleague. But in life, it's certain. We are born and we die. Hopefully, we have the chance to love, to learn, have children, and grow old and happy. I don't mean to be morbid, but it gets you thinking that our time here is precious. Perhaps it is what we do while we're here that counts the most. It is a romantic idea, and that's why I'm here today. We live in an era of technology, and by the accounts of people like Ray Kurzweil, futurist and director of engineering of Google, we live in an era where Murphy's Law is applied to science. As we learn more about the nature of lives and what ails us, the technology around us is growing by leaps and bounds. And if it's used in the right hands, it can be used to save lives. I believe it holds the secret to the accelerated discovery, treatment, and cures of our world's countless diseases. The pharma industry seeks an annual revenue of $15 billion, of $100 billion. It costs and it could take, on average, 15 years and $5 billion to invent a new drug. And regardless of cost or profit, these drugs need to work well with the fewest number of side effects possible. In the right context, the math associated with success is staggering, and not in a good way. Billions of dollars are spent over failed attempts to invent new drugs. And the more complex the disease, the more expensive this gets. But recent studies have shown that we can now predict 83% of toxicity and side effect with virtual screening methods. If we could harness the power of cloud and marry it with proving virtual screening methods, we can accelerate research safely. And with failure costs amounting on average $4 billion, we could save these companies billions of dollars. As an entrepreneur, I'm told from time to time, fail faster. Fail faster so that we can learn faster. Fail now so that we might fail less in the future. I want to help biochemists and drug researchers embrace these ideas with Sciencebox. These are the major stages in drug development before drugs makes it to production. And while I won't bore you with the details of this, but hundreds, if not thousands of people are working tirelessly through each stage, in the hope of finding the one needle in the haystack that could eventually help or save and extend a life. Failure here is inevitable, but as we all subscribe to, failures mean with one step closer to success. There are two stages of this process that are disruptible with today's technology. These two stages often include some of the highest research costs and longest feedback loops. Sciencebox aims to help solve this problem with our online, on-demand, cloud-based virtual screening services. With Sciencebox, a drug researcher can access a fractional processing time on the cloud and test their lead compound against an open library of protein, helping them fail faster. Luckily, the tech industry does not take 15 years to wake up to a solution. With the computational power of the cloud, allow nearly for limitless tests of lead compounds. There is certainly a lot of work ahead of us and some financially challenging obstacles. But we can get started today by proving it works. We invite you to join us in our request to bring Sciencebox to the market so that we might help extend the life and make our time here the most meaningful possible. We are seeking $3 million in funds to support our ongoing development, recruitment, and patents. We're also inviting a select investors to join our board. If you are interested, please come up and say hello after everything wraps up. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Terry, and I'm with Teacher Care Online. Oops, sorry, I gotta get used to the clicker here. I, like some of the presenters before me and some of you in the audience, had a rough childhood. But I've been able to take the insight from that and turn it into a web platform, along with this awesome team that I have. And our web platform helps millions of children to have a chance to have a happy future and a happy childhood right now. In addition, at the same time, we have the capacity to generate millions of dollars while doing it. So this is how it works. Let's imagine that you just had a baby daughter. Your family is now complete, and you are so happy. You want to give them everything. You want to do your very best for them. But you have some big decisions to make because you need to go back to work, and you need to decide what are you going to do for childcare. Well, there are three traditional choices, and those are that you can either get a nanny, you can get a babysitter, or you can get a daycare service. Well, that's not good enough for you. You're looking for more. You want to have both personal attention for your children as well as ongoing fun activities for them that are age appropriate. And you know what? There are millions of other parents out there that are looking for the same thing for their kids. They're looking for that better child care. Some of them have kids that have special needs. Some of them have kids that might have gifted abilities, and so they're bored in school. I started thinking about this all a lot. And it happened after I had quit my job because I didn't like my child care opportunities. And I thought, what would be the ultimate sense of having peace of mind when I go back to work? And that answer was to have a teacher in my home, to have a teacher come to my doorstep and be with my kids and be providing ongoing learning activities throughout each day. And at the same time, I get the side benefit of having childcare. So I created a company where this happens. So an agency where teachers are coming to the homes of families all over the United States. And it started out with families that were super smart. The neuroscientists, and we had pediatricians and lots of people who understood how important brain development really was, especially in those first years. And so they came to us and they would tell us, we're not only changing our kids' lives, you're changing our entire family's lives. And then they started spreading the word. So we went all over the country, and pretty soon we were with the 1%. So we had the rich and famous, and we became the nanny alternative for the little circles that were inside of that. And these are just some of the comments that the families would tell us. And as you'll see, they really talk about, priceless and just the influence that you've had on our families. and how proud they are of their kids because of the influence of these teachers. So we thought this is really cool that we get to, we thought this is really cool that we get to have all these celebrities, and it's really fun in the office when we have a big name. But there are 99% of the people left, and we wanted to be able to spread that kind of a connection with learning to those people too. And so what we did is we gathered a team of developers together to join our team of educators. And together we created Teacher Care Online. Teacher Care Online is a web platform that helps families find lifelong learning. It's cradle to college. It's childcare to tutoring to specialty services. We offer all different types of categories of care. Teacher Care is kind of like a virtual school meets Match.com. But you can pick your own teachers, there are no walls, and learning can happen everywhere. And it's really easy to use too. You choose your category, and once you're in, you scroll down and you can see an amazing list of teachers. We have 4,000 teachers right now on our beta site. These teachers come from backgrounds that range from bachelor's degrees to master's to doctorate's degrees. They have experience in all kinds of different fields. So you can get ukulele lessons, you can get baby sign language, you can get Mandarin lessons, and you can have these lessons in a variety of different ways. So you can literally have your Mandarin lesson with a teacher in China. The capacity is just unlimited. We wanted to do more. We wanted to make an impact on those kids that needed it the most. Oh, I'm sorry, this is our portfolios. As you can see, what we try to do is make sure that our families understand exactly what kind of learning can happen in their home, and this is going to be a big build-up. So back to, we wanted to take families that needed the care the most. So the families that maybe couldn't afford our services, or maybe for the kids who didn't even have families. And we went out and we took our repository of teachers and we took them to places like Mercy Home and Shelter. And we said, this can become the hub for social good. And so this is what we're working on right now. This is where we have unlimited opportunity because technology can change the world, and it can change the world in a great way like this. Learning is the big divide. That's really it. I worked with all different socioeconomic groups, and I can tell you it's the most important thing to have a child understand that learning is something that happens inside your soul. It's not about a report card. It's not about getting that diploma. It's that thing, that fire that sits inside of you, and it changes everything. It gets you through the hardest times, it gets you through the best times, and helps you to learn and grow all the time. But Teacher Care is not just a social impact. We're also a for-profit company. The teacher sets her price, and we add 25% on top of it. This is both for our business-to-business customers as well as our business-to-consumer customers. So what we're looking for are people who are interested in helping us to make millions of kids' lives better now and better in the future, and help us generate millions of dollars doing it. And if you're interested, look us up at Teacher Care Online. We'd love to have you learn more. You'll never look at education the same. And we'd love to have you join our team, and also some of the team is still here. We'd love to have you join us at Tavern in the Park after this session. Thank you.
That was great. Give them all a round of applause again. I'm so proud. I'm so proud. They all did so amazing, you guys. That was unbelievable. So proud of them. Again, that is the culmination of 6 weeks of training. I think they did great. You guys think they did good? Right? Awesome. So, a little housekeeping, real quick. You may have been wondering why these nice people have a table and you don't. Well, it's because they're our esteemed panel of judges, and I'm going to introduce them real quick. On the end, you've got Larry Abrams. You have Denise Ching. You have Ron Kirshner and Alex Siegel, and then last but not least, Neil Sales-Griffin from Star League. They have been judging each pitch, And now they're going to head out and deliberate real quick and come back. So in that time, we encourage you guys to hang out. I'm going to talk a little bit about the prizes and everything that's going to be happening, but they'll be back in about 5 minutes or so. So we invite you to stick around, and then they're going to come back, and we'll decide who the winning pitcher is. And we've got some actual great stuff for them. The winning pitcher will receive 2 passes to Tech Week Chicago coming up, which is an awesome, awesome gift. That's about like $1,000 value right there. And they'll also receive 50% off to an upcoming starter league, course this summer. What is it, a basic HTML or? The web development course. So they can learn web and also go to Tech Week. It's quite a prize. So we have one of those presented with their trophy in a little bit. So thanks again for coming. Please stick around while the judges are deliberating, and I'll be back to you guys in just a few minutes. Cool? All right. Thanks, guys.
All right. So once again, a big thank you to Tech Week. Tech Week is actually going to be providing the winner 2 tickets to Tech Week this summer, which is just a wonderful prize. And then also, Neil with Starter League is providing the winner half off the web development class for this summer, which is just a huge value and a great program for any entrepreneur that's looking to build their own company and get started. And then he even offered, just now, because he is so gracious and is loving all of you so much and had such a hard time deciding, each of you now will get a $1,000 credit towards Starter League if you decide to take any of their programs.
All right.
So thank you, Neil. Thank you. We really appreciate everything you've done for us. All right. This little guy, his name's Slugger. That's what's going to happen. He's got this huge smile because he is so good at pitching, and he's just great in front of crowds.
Wait,
can you tell? No, this.
And he's a Cubs fan.
All right. So the winner is who will get this lovely prize. I should announce this. Nicole, come announce the winner.
Oh, I'm excited to say that. Where's JR Jr.
Catch up and talk with them about how wonderful they did. That would be great. Otherwise, we hope to see you all again soon. And